Last time on the Black Gate. We are coming closer and closer towards the Isle of Fire. From the first half of the last part, I decided to go ahead and do some side quests, mainly that Lady Tor back in Serpent's Hold wanted us to rescue her baby son, Raki, from the evil harpies over the Shrine of Honor near Trinsic. We fought the evil harpies, took the son, explored the cave nearby for a little bit, went back to Lady Tori who thanked us, and we put him carefully in his crib. Well, as best as we could. After that, more pirate combat. We found a little nest of pirates up in the northeastern corner of Britannia, to the northeast of Vesper. We slew them, found a little pirate treasure cache in the southwestern direction of their base, and then I went back towards Britain. We met an alchemist named Kessler, who wanted us to exchange some serpent venom to him for 50 gold a pop, so I did so, and also went ahead and restocked our supply of crossbow bolts and arrows for our adventure towards the Isle of Fire. Once we arrived on the long-lost forgotten island, we encountered an old mage named Earthian. He seems to be hungering for knowledge of what this island contains for him, namely in the means of the dark core of Exodus off in the right room. This is where all the knowledge of Exodus, the main antagonist of Ultima III Exodus, is contained. This is something we're going to have to deal with, and thankfully it's just the knowledge of Exodus contained within the core, and not his psyche. Let's hope it doesn't return to it. If it does, we're going to have to take care of it. Again, in that very same room, there was a mirror right to the north. It contains a powerful daemon inside, a daemon named Arcadian. Arcadian told us that Earthian bounded him into the mirror, and he seeks to free himself from the mirror and take over Britannia according to Earthian's words. He did ask us to free him from the accursed mirror, and I said no like any sane human would, but Arcadian is a very important character on this add-on, so this is not the first time we're going to encounter him. After that, I talked to the 3 statues to the principles of truth, love, and courage, and we got a bunch of tests to undergo here on the Isle of Fire, and then the part ended. Welcome back, friendos, to some more Let Us Play Ultima VII The Black Gate, and also welcome to you if you happen to be new. A fair amount of you have been joined this past month, about 30 of you, and I'm assuming at least a few of you are watching and tuning in which case I thank you. We are ready to pursue the test of love here in the Castle of Fire. It's been a long visit since the Avatar visited this castle. His last visit was in Ultima III. At the very end of the game, he slew Exodus in this very same castle. It's much more smaller than I thought it was, than I remember, I mean. Let us step into the Moon Gate and pursue more of this wonderful expansion, or rather add-on. It was called an add-on pack back in the day, but I mean technically it is an expansion pack. Just do not call it DLC, because it's not a DLC. Got a bucket here and a well. That's interesting. Ah, it's that creepy murder music. Once again, there's a house here. Let's go inside. And someone was living here. There's a book here. Logbook by Estelaron. I have grown lonely here on the island. Despite my golems, I have no one with whom I can converse. No one with any personality. Even the animals spend less time here than on the main island. Each day I look upon the horizon for a sign of someone. I have no fear of strangers, for either I will meet the Avatar, or the golems I created to protect the shrines will fend off hostile visitors. I'm exhilarated. Today, while on the main island, I happened by a tree. While this is not inherently odd, I noticed that the trees seemed to grow not out of the ground, but from a large rock. Equally unusual was the 5 stones surrounding it, each located the same distance from each other and from the center stone. They looked much like they could represent vertices of a 5-pointed star. And then I realized to what I was a witness, the legendary stone of Costambre. I think that's how it's pronounced, right? Costambre. Even had I not noticed the tree of life springing forth from the border, the pentacle of rocks gave all away. The first test was a success. I used a pick to chip away a bit of the stone. I was startled at first by the bleeding, but as I heard not a whit of any sound indicating pain, I continued. I am about to confer with the book to determine my next action. I'm afraid I will have little time to continue this journal for the moment. I realize that a true scientist will record daily with the utmost accuracy what he has done and witnessed, but the amount of work each day requires leaves me long past the point of exhaustion. A little bit of a pause, and I have done it. My newest 2 golems can actually speak. And they offer original comments, not mere echoes of my own thought. The instructions in the book are correct. Bollocks, my first attempt, succeeded, but my inexperience left him a little less intelligent than I would have preferred. However, his brother Ajar benefited from my mistake with the other, and has full speech capabilities. As I sit now writing this, I can hear them discussing weather. I must go now and talk with them. Oddly enough, the sky no longer seems overcast. Living here all by himself sounds like a dream to me, to be honest. There's some clothes in there. There's also... It's not a shear. That's a knife. Hopefully we'll find a shear soon. We can cut bandages from those cloths that we got on our ship. Golems from clay to stone. I guess we'll read this. By Castodon. Stone golems can be created from any hard rock. However, it is important to note that the enchantments require they be anthropomorphism shape. Any other construct or an incomplete one will not be able to hold the creature together or permit locomotion. Once the sufficient amount of stone has been gathered and placed roughly in the shape of a man, thou must cast the Vaz-Rel Alum spell. See in appendix QQ for a spell description, to form the rock into a person. Needless to record, perhaps, the creature will barely resemble anything human, but will be able to function similarly. The next enchantment is Kalmani, appendix QQ. This will breathe life into the newly created golems, or rather, breathe animation into them. Once created, each golem will have enough rudimentary intelligence to obey and respond to 3 single-word commands, or 1 extensive request of any length. Oh, there's more. The Stone of Castambre. This mythological rock has legendary powers that permits one to shape and enchant stone, and only stone, to create golems by following only a single, short ritual instead of the lengthy and time-consuming process described in previous chapters. Though the stone's existence has never been confirmed, there are also other purported powers that could make a risky investigation quite worthwhile. For additional, see The Stone of Castambre by Makuth. And that is it. Let's leave. Got a bed to sleep in there at least. Not like this golem's going to use it. Ah, hello there. There's one golem. There's a dead golem. Let's talk to this one, because that one's dead. 5 stones. The stone statue stands with a lowered head. Despite its granite features, a downcast look is apparent on its face. Surprisingly, it turns to speak with you. Why, by the stars, I believe it is a creature. Slowly, as if with great effort, it raises its head. Help him? It asks carefully, pointing to the fallen statue lying beside it. What are you? We are called stone golems because we are made out of stone and rock. Stone. We were fashioned out of the rock from the quarry on this small island. Made? I know nothing about the process, but Stellaron once told me he used something called magic to give us life and animation. The golem pauses, obviously conscious of his next thought. He did not like his solitude. He said he was lonely. I'm not going to do those pauses, by the way. I find it awkward to do. Stellaron. Stellaron made us. He is our master. Lonely. Stellaron said it was how a person feels when no one is around. He told us how happy he felt after we were born. He called me a son. Magic. I do not know what it is, but there are many books in this house. Perhaps there is something there about magic. We read those books. I have a book here that Ajar said told about our creation. This might help bring Ajar back. He hands to you a very old tome. It is evident the book has seen much use, for the leather covering is wearing away to reveal the wood beneath, and the pages are quite dog-eared. I already put rocks down, he adds, just like the book said to. What's your name? My master named me Bollocks. Help. My companion Ajar, he is dying. Thou must help repair him. Please, I beg thee. Oh, tell me about him. He's my brother and my friend. We protected the shrines together. We cannot let him stay like that. Help me assist him. Job? I am a guardian of the shrines of the principles. Guardian. We were created to protect the shrines of the principles. Only the avatars should use their power. Adjar and I were keeping watch when the wall fell on Adjar, and the loud noise came. I carried him here so that I could restore him. I do not know how. And that is it. Good. Bye. Okay. We got a scroll from him, I believe. Well, we got a book. We will read it. Ah, the book that was mentioned, that other book we read. The Stone of Castambre by Makuth. Legendary rock? Perhaps. Powerful relic? Definitely. The Stone of Castambre, named for the mage who is rumored to have enchanted and placed it, is said to be located on the Isle of Fire. Also the location of the shrines of the three principles. Of course, since knowledge of the isle has long since disappeared, knowledge of the infamous stone is equally mysterious. However, through research and study of Castambre's diary, I have brought to light a few clues to the stone's whereabouts. The major purpose of the stone's power is to animate inanimate objects, statues, golems, tools, etc. In addition, should the desired object be R1B1 already imbued with the power of conversation, the stone will enhance such powers, giving the object, or rather, creature, independent thought. Historians claim that it is with this stone that Castambre concocted creatures of such deep personalities that, from behind a curtain, it was impossible to differentiate it between a person and one of his creations. And there's more. But how do I capture this ability? I hear thee ask. First, assuming thou hast already discovered the Isle of Fire, no mean feat, I assure thee. That is true. For this game and the third game, well, this game you can just sail to it. Thou must then search for the Pentacle of Rocks, 5 boulders arranged as though they were vertices in a pentagram. In the center, thou shouldst notice a 6th rock, from which grows a large, healthy tree, the Tree of Life. This 6th rock is Castambre's stone. However, finding the stone is only half the battle, for now thou must perform magics beyond the abilities of normal men. With A blank, thou must, lots of dots, lots of ellipses. Odd, the page is smudged with dirt here. I cannot make out this text. And there's more. Once the heart has been placed within the chest of the creature, the ritual may begin. First, using perhaps the same pick, thou must strike the tree hard enough to draw blood. Blood from a tree, questions thee? Aye, I say, for this tree is one of life and energy. Collected from the nutrients of the stone, and bleed it does. Some say thou wilt be able to hear the shrieks of pain from Castambre's stone, but that rumor is waning. Thou wilt need enough of the tree's life force to fill a bucket. After the blood has been properly contained, it must be spilled in 5 spots about the body of the stone creature, as if the creature were Castambre's stone and the puddles of blood the 5 rocks of the pentacle. In fact, it is necessary to set down 5 such small rocks to mark the location upon which the blood must be spilled. Then must thou cast Vas Flam Us, see detachable page at end of volume, setting fire to each of the puddles of blood. Following that must be chanted the sacred words gleaned from Castambre's journals, also on detachable page. Now that the creature is enchanted, of course, it will become necessary to instruct it, much as one educates a child. However, a stone golem will learn much more quickly. Why, a page has fallen out of the book, Yellow says. Well, let's go ahead and read it. I'll grab it. Vas Flam Us. This scroll will permit thee to perform the ritual necessary to either create or reconstruct stone creatures, and instill within them the power of thought. First, gather the materials discussed in the previous chapters. After thou hast performed said task, thou shouldst refer back to the scroll and begin. Blood must cover the rocks. Okay, well, does Bollocks have anything to say about that? No, he does not. Let's do a little exploration. We gotta find the stone. We gotta pour buckets of blood on these rocks. We also gotta find the Stone of Castambre, which will probably not be very easy. Well, easy for me, but probably not easy if this is your first playthrough. Thankfully, we have our flaming swords, so we don't have to use torches. I'll take this pick, though. It is very, very important. The book said the pick is used to draw blood from the stone. We got another pick here, and powder kegs from Stellaron. He must have been He must have done all this work. That's very impressive. He must have been pretty old, too. And, I just realized something. We have an earlier save, but there's a secret area around this Test of Love. If you play this game a lot, you know what secret I'm talking about. Let's go back, though. I gotta go back to that well. We need a bucket. I don't think we're gonna get a bucket later on. I thought we were, but I may be misremembering. We do have a bucket back on our ship, but there's a bucket here. I mean, Stellaron has to drink something out of that well. And was he on this island the whole time, even when it was submerged in the water, in the ocean? I guess it was protected in some way for him to be living on there. Because the rumble happened at the beginning of the game. That was like days ago. Step on here, takes us into this special area. Going through here. Ah, that's the stone. Pretty easy to find. Before I do anything around here, if you're low on food, you can kill this deer, though. This area is kind of scenic, it's very peaceful. I do not want to disturb it in any way. However, there's something behind this tree. Can you see it? You longtime Ultima veterans know what I'm looking for. There is a switch nearby. Try to guess where it is. Somewhere on this screen. It's right here. Clicking on that. It says a lever. We'll double click it and go back. We'll mess with the stone in a bit. Let's go over here. There's a secret door. Let's go down. And try to find our way through the secret passage. There we go. That's a nice unicorn statue. Go around it. Like, who built all this? We got a mangosh. We got a fire doom staff. I'm not going to pick that up. It sounds powerful, but I believe it causes friendly fire. I will carry it, though. Be like a souvenir. Oh, it's too heavy. That's because Yana has no hit points. Dupre can carry it, though. Right there. Put that on our ship, and that is a death scythe. This is a very powerful weapon. Try to guess how much damage it does. Sparks Hoe Destruction does 20, 25 for the Juggernaut Hammer. This does a whopping 50 points of damage. It's a very, very powerful weapon. Like, my goodness. And I am probably, for now, I'm actually going to give it to the Avatar, I believe. Maybe not. Shoot. I think it's better in Spark's hands, actually. We'll do that. Here we go, Spark. Put that there. That won't fit. I'm tempted to give it to just, to the Avatar. In fact, I think I will. Let's take off this sword and this shield. We'll give it to you. And we're supposed to be a good guy here. We're using a scythe that's used by liches and stuff. And the Avatar wielding the Death Scythe. And, where's the... There it is. I put this here. We can. And we'll switch to the Flame Sword for Dupre. Because we need illumination in dark caves and such. I put that here. Yes, I can. This is for gold and stuff. Yeah, 50 points of damage. This thing. It also curses the enemy, I believe, too. Which I think debuffs them in some way. I can't remember what it does. Also fairly heavy, 5 stones. Eventually I'm going to give this to Spark, though, because the Avatar gets a better weapon later on. And this is... a skeleton with a lot of glass swords. My goodness. Let's just go ahead and grab all these. I like to collect these. Like I said in the last part, the glass sword kills enemies in one hit. With the drawback that they break after one hit. So this is actually going to be pretty handy. Spark, can you carry these? Kind of. How about you, YOLO? Can you carry these? Or this? There we go. Alright, going down. I think that's it. That is it for this area. This is a very, very hidden area, by the way. There is no clue in the entire game, I believe, that will lead you to this area. Because that lever was very hard to see, wasn't it? And imagine playing this game on a CRT back in the day. I imagine it's much not so obvious on that kind of resolution. This is all upscaled. Let's leave. Yeah, Origin really hid a lot of cool stuff in this game. It's actually kind of crazy. Here we are. And also, if you finish this entire test, by the way, before I forget, you won't be able to come back to it. So you're going to miss out on this really awesome weapon, though you do get another one later on, which is also very well hidden. This is not... like, you're not likely to find this organically when you play this back in the day, because just like the other location of this weapon, the game gives you no clue as to where it is. You basically only know of it, I believe, if you bought the strategy guide, the clue book, or you called Origin and just asked them straight up, hey, can you tell me where some secret areas are that I completely missed? Or something like that. But that is neither here nor there. That is here, that is there. You want to put this bucket here, though. You want to... ah, come on. I want to equip this. And you want to do this. So click on the pickaxe and do this. I clicked on the wrong thing. Click on the tree. Because that's where the tree of life is. And you got yourself a bucket of blood. Disgusting. But it is required for what we need back at Stellaron's place. Alright, just like the book says, you want to put the blood on the rocks. This is one of my favorite tests in the add-on, by the way. I always do this first, 'cause I think it has a pretty cool story to it. I find it very comfortable, this little island here. In fact, this Castle of Fire is much more fun for me than Ultima 3. In Ultima 3, it was basically the final area of the game, and it's all fighting. Like I said, it's much smaller in this game than in Ultima 3. It's 3 right there. A little pause before I speak, because I keep hiccuping. And last one. Alright. However, we're missing one thing. What we gotta do, because when we click on the scroll, he needs a heart. The tree didn't have a heart. Or at least, if it did, we missed it. Click on the scroll with the spell. The words of power, I mean. Yolo says, according to the tome, a heart will be necessary to perform this ritual. I will give it mine. You watch in stunned horror as Bollux pierces his chest open with his fingers. He pulls forth a heart-shaped stone and, with a final flurry of action, drops the stone upon Ajar's chest as he falls dead to the ground. Just so. Spark says, he gave up his heart so that Ajar may live. Well, not to be morbid, but I suppose the incantation should work now. Thank you, Spark. Can we just put it in here? And we'll cast the spell Aroni. Vas Flam Us in Elem. Ingrav. In Mani. Kalpor. Vas Flam Us. That's a long arrow right there. Green arrow. Ah, it worked. Let's go ahead and save, and we'll talk to this gentleman here. He's got red eyes. Greetings to the Honorable One. I can but assume that my presence here was thy doing. It becomes quickly apparent that this creature possesses a greater capability for speech than his fallen companion. The recently raised golem stares down at the prone, lifeless body of Bollux. Quickly, he looks up at you. Looks up? Whoa, what has happened? I don't know. That's probably not a good idea to choose. He sacrificed himself. You quickly relate the details of Bollux's death as he pulled the object from his chest and placed it in the other golems. He sacrificed himself by giving me his heart, the fool. His words are insulting, but his tone is affectionate. I must assist him, or help him, as he helped me. Wilt thou assist? You have to be pretty cold-blooded to say no, but we're going to say yeah. Very good, he says, notably relieved. I thank thee in advance. Your name? I'm the golem called Ajar, at thy service. We already knew that, but let's test how well these golems are for speech, like the journal said. Fool. Poor Bollux did not know the stone of Castambre. His sacrifice was, perhaps, unnecessary. Hast thou, perchance, come across Makus, the stone of Castambre? Yeah, I did. Dost thou have it with thee? Of course. His eyes reveal his hope. As he takes the book from you, it almost appears as if he is smiling. 'Tis as I suspected. Bollux thought he must sacrifice his own heart to return my life. If you were to believe it possible, I thought he was still talking, excuse me. You feel positive that you had just seen a drop of water fall from the golem's right eye. The poor fool gave his life for mine. I can only hope I would have done the same. Doing so now, however, would help nothing. Once I was gone, Bollocks would simply repeat his act. You hear a sigh coming from the golem. I don't mean to be irreverent, but did the matter not involve death, 'twould be a humorous sight, the two golems popping up and down as each one passed the heart to the other. However, smiles Ajar, 'tis not necessary, for had Bollocks known what is covered by the smudge, he could have told the new heart may be cut from the Tree of Life. He's talking about that smudge page Yolo was commenting on when we read the book. Look here, he says, pointing into a line in the tome smeared with dried mud. I remember this from before. Thou canst take the very same pick with which thou didst collect the blood and procure a heart for Bollocks. Of course, after thou dost place the heart upon Bollocks's body, thou must again perform the same ritual of blood. Job. I'm one of the guardians of the shrines of the principles. That was exactly what Bollocks and I were doing when the wall fell and crushed me. Wall? I do not remember the incident clearly, however I will relate what I can recall. Bollocks and I were standing guard in the shrine room of the principals when we detected an intrusion into the castle. I remember nothing more than being aware of great heat and then part of the wall crumbling atop me, crushing my legs. I suppose Bollocks was more fortunate. Was it he who carried me here? Yes. That it is imperative that we find a way to bring him back. If nothing else, I owe him my gratitude. Bollocks. Hast thou not already met him? He is my older brother, and my friend. Well, we didn't meet him, but we want to know what you thought about him. Master Estelaron, we actually called him our father. Created him before he did me, and he instilled Bollocks with a personality first. Shrines. Surely thou hast heard of the shrines of the three principles, truth, love, and courage. We golems were fabricated to protect the shrines, for only an avatar, the avatar, may utilize the awesome power they can convey. We chose Job, right? Yep, we did. Goodbye. I can offer nothing more for thine assistance than my deepest appreciation. Please journey in peace. We're gonna go to back to that stone in just a few seconds, or a few minutes. I completely forgot there's an area right over here. I want to explore it, to see what's inside. We got flour, you can make bread with those. We got some, just tools we don't need. Torch, another pick, powder kegs, and that is it. Just wanted to check it out real quickly. Let's go back to that stone. So you gotta repeat the thingamajig, put the bucket back right here. We'll put the death scythe down for now. Equip our pickaxe. Double click on the tree. So we got blood. Well, we don't have blood yet. You have to do it again. There we go. Now we got blood in the bucket. And we got the heart-a-roni. I'll put this here. That is a small rock. Rather, a piece of heart that we need. Let's go back. This test is actually going by pretty quickly. It's actually pretty easy to do even back in the day without any sort of guide. But it does get a little bit tricky later on in the later tests. At least one of the tests, I mean. So, just like Ajar, Bollocks didn't know that he needed a heart. We completely missed that. I guess the Avatar forgot the first time too. Put the heart in Bollocks. Repeat this process. Each rock. I'm not gonna skip this part, by the way. Like I said, I like this test. I always do this first. I like this entire add-on, by the way. It's one of the best examples of expanding the game in a very enticing way. This add-on, the Silver Seed, and not this game, but Tales of the Sword Coast for Baldur's Gate 1, are my favorite expansion packs, add-ons, whatever you want to call it, in practically any game. Those are the ones that are most memorable to me. There we go. And just like, let's move out of the way though. You don't want the fire getting you. Save. And let's cast the words of power. In Alem. In Grav. In Mani. Kalpor. Bosh Flamus. The tree's been restored. There we go. Bollocks has been risen from the dead. You know, I wish I could create my own golems in real life. They can clean my house. Bollocks stares ahead, almost vacantly. Despite his features and lack of motion, it is apparent by his expression that some of Castambre's magic still resides within. Oh, we already know his name, but let's test him out. He tilts his head and stares at you quizzically. I apologize. Did I not already tell thee that my master called me Bollocks? Oh, he's working. I'm here to guard the Shrine of Love. Fare thee well. Well, he seems to be alright. Let's talk to Adjar. Appears to have resumed the stance of a more traditional Golem Guardian, staunch and unmoving. However, it is impossible to miss the glimmer of intelligence in his eyes. Job. I already know his name. I was created to be one of many protectors to the shrines of the three principles. However, he pauses, my duty also included being the keeper of the Talisman of Love. Talisman. Dost thou want the Talisman of Love? Yes, please. I was put here to protect the shrines and prevent any from acquiring the talisman. Any except the Avatar who demonstrated knowledge and understanding of love. The talisman is thine, Avatar. He brings his stone hand to his heart and opens a panel on the front of his chest. Reaching inside with his other hand, he brings forth a beautiful yellow talisman. He places the talisman in your palm. Thou hast earned this and the honors and powers associated with it. Thou art truly an Avatar. And we're back in the shrine room, and the statue says, my heart is gladdened to learn that love is a principle thou dost hold dear, evident by thy successful completion of the test of love. Now, then, shall a blessing of quickness and skill be thine. Now hast thou earnestly experienced all that is love. Oh, that just ends there. 'Tis a benefit never to be taken lightly, for love is a formidable motivator. Remember always the lessons in compassion, sacrifice, and justice thou hast mastered. The voice of the Keeper of Love fills with compassion as she speaks. Do have a care, Avatar, for a great evil stirs within Britannia. I know not the source. Does she say anything else? Welcome, Avatar. I can help thee no further, save to offer the advice I gave before. A great evil stirs in Britannia, and that's it. Now, what did that little blessing do for us? We will open the stats page. You may notice something. Our dexterity and our combat has been maxed out at 30. That's pretty cool. You can probably guess what the other two statues do. They'll max out our strength and intelligence. This add-on is actually provides some really, really great rewards if you can finish it. So great is that it actually makes the game super, super easy. A lot of the hardcore Ultima players actually skip this entire section just because of how powerful the rewards are. And it's not just stats, we get something else as an upgrade here that's actually pretty cool. But you gotta figure, like back in the day, no internet. If you can actually fit the whole idea is that if you can actually finish this island with no guide, you deserve the rewards. Because there is one test that says just a teeny bit tricky. Just a little bit. We will talk to Earthing again. I'm asking about the Great Evil. I was trying to see if he has anything new to say. The elderly mage frowns. I sense no great evil, but then I never did quite get the knack of cosmic awareness. Nevertheless, don't worry thyself overmuch. These things tend to work themselves out. You feel as if you've just been pat on the head and asked to go play elsewhere. Goodbye. So, that's, wow, 33 minutes. Fast test, but like I said, if you want this awesome Death Scythe, you're going to want to get it in the Test of Love with the 2 golems and stuff. You are not going to be able to go back, as far as I know. At least I never found a way. We're not going to talk to the Courage statue, we're going to talk to the Statue of Truth right here. Make a little save here. Suddenly, your mind is filled with the crystal clear resonance of an authoritative voice. Greetings to thee. I'm the Keeper of Truth. Dost thou seek the wisdom and boon of truth? Imagine saying no. We're going to say yes. Very well. Prepare thyself. The voice falls silent. No moongate, though we can go back through this moongate. That says something. Now I'm a little too lazy to translate it with my manual. So I think this says turn or something, or truth is truth? I'm assuming this says truth. You know, back in the day, I mentioned this. I really nerded out over this game. I was like 12 years old. It was like a third replay, and the manual has the runic alphabet in there. I was able to memorize each and every single one, write them all out, and I was able to read these. It's not necessary at all, except for one puzzle in the game, and maybe a few others as well. But I was not able to finish this game without a guide. There's a trap here, by the way. Try to guess where it is. If you walk in the center, you're gonna get struck by the trap, so you want to follow the carpet. I could show you what it is, but let's just do that. I'll show you. I saved. Watch this. Lightning bolts. Does a little bit of damage. I'm gonna reload though. I like to canonically be aware that the avatar detected the pet trap and moved away. And also, this dungeon is not very necessary to explore. The solution to this puzzle is actually very close to us right now. I'm gonna go ahead and explore just because I can. We gotta find the Talisman of Truth. We currently have the Talisman of Love right here. The little amulet. I will put it. I guess I'll just put it right here. The avatar's bag gets. His inventory gets really messy. Let's go in here. That's an invisible door. We got some money. I think that's okay to take. So I will take it. Right here. Oh, that's not okay to take. That did a lot of damage. My goodness. Well, let's be very careful here. Let's heal up somebody. I think... let's heal up YOLO. And we can't heal anymore because she has to wait a while, unfortunately. As long as we're careful, we'll be okay. Stay away from any obvious traps. Ah, a troll. Damn thee, damn you. To the death. That was easy. All he has is a sling. They were pretty like... Oh, did we get any experience, by the way? In the test of love? No, we didn't. Yana's almost level 5, though I said that. Ah, is that the Talisman of Truth? No, it is not. That is an illusion. We're gonna have to keep going. Oh, that says something. I'm not gonna translate that, though. I'm a bit lazy. I have to stop and do it like one by one. It's because I can't read these runes anymore. Like I said, not very necessary, but I nerded out over this game when I was a kid. And this is... Oh, something. Let's go this way. Got invisible walls here. And it's a little tricky navigating this. It's also, like I said, not very necessary. Alright, so... Oh, can we get that? It's blocked some way, somehow. I'm a bit impatient when it comes to this dungeon. When it comes to these invisible walls and stuff, I don't like navigating them. It's a little... I forget how it works, too. Down here... Ah, bedroll. Ah, bandages, or a bandage. I will take this bandage, because we are hurt. What is this here? Is that something? Oh, that's Shamino. I thought that was an object. Nope, it's just Shamino. Silly Shamino. Let's heal up some people, though. Heal him. That looks better. Give that to Dupre. That healed a little bit. Go. I almost forgot about these, too. Excuse me. Probably don't need to get Shamino to max, because he's an archer. He's got a very good magical crossbow, or bow, excuse me. Only YOLO has a crossbow. What is this? Or what's inside him, I mean. Just trash in there. That says something. Ah, scroll. Let's read it. I have been in this wretched place for more weeks than I could care to remember. Than I could remember were I to try. I have seen far too much in the way of deception and falsehood. I am forced to wonder how this maze of tunnels can demonstrate truth. There is one lesson I can claim to have learned, though I wonder with whom I can ever share it. I am not the Avatar. I wish for my last breath good luck to he, or she, who can truly claim the Avatar hood. But isn't it pretty... Wouldn't it be obvious that the Avatar is a he if you play male avatars from the beginning of the game. Because he's got a statue of him in the museum. Because it has to be like almost not set in the history books what their gender is. Like almost a mythological being. Is my sloppy way of explaining. As I lay here dying, I can ask but one request of the finder. Remember well my shrug. Your shrug? Shrug what? There's a talisman here, though. A fake one. It is an illusion, and this guy, likely him, did not survive. Head back to where we started, though. And by here, I mean here. The entrance of this maze. I'm probably not going to go that way. It's pretty obvious that this entire area has nothing of value in it. Like I said, it's not very necessary if you know the solution to explore this entire dungeon. You can skip it. I'm going to explore just a little bit longer. Ah, earthquake. Thankfully it does not do any damage towards us. Oh, what's this? Forgot about this. Tentacle being. Let's go up here. There it is again. When you go off screen, enemies come into, they spawn in. Oh, I got some nuggets. Will that kill us, though, if you take it? Well, it won't, but we can't really carry it because I got a lot of glass swords in this bag. So I guess I'll put this in here, which won't fit. Let's just put it in his beer bag. What time is it anyways? Oh, evening time. You don't need to sleep during the night, but I like to. If I'm going to talk to people in towns and stuff, because that's when they're up. Another gold nugget that I'll take, sure. 10 gold save is 10 gold earned. Ghost! At you! That's an hallucination. Or mirage, illusion. That's a falsehood. Let's go up here. Another one there. At least we get to collect some gold nuggets and stuff. Ah, that's a lockpick. Since we have 30 decks, you only need one lockpick, though it's nice to have some. I think I carry 10 at the most. Ah, that's a mirror. It broke. What the deuce? That's bad luck. And where's the music? Sometimes it's... I feel a little weird, I don't know if it's me. Providing commentary when there's no music. I feel like music should be playing. It's like long pauses is a little awkward to me. Okay, it disappeared even before I arrived. This dungeon's like just playing tricks on me. Another earthquake. Thankfully it doesn't do any damage to us, like I said. That would suck. Because we don't have any awesome healing abilities. You can just rest every 24 hours or 12 hours and have Yana heal. But that'll eat into your food supply. There's another gold nugget. A well. Torch and oh, yarn. Or thread, spindle thread. I can create cloth with that, so I'll take that. Can we, is there any invisible walls? And I forgot to mention, did we go through invisible walls in this game yet? There's invisible walls in these dungeons. Not obvious where they are, you sort of just want to hug every wall you see if you're exploring this game. Any dungeon for that matter, but I kind of remember where they are. May go back to the entrance in just about 5 minutes or so. I think towards the end of this part will be good. Because we'll finish 2 tests pretty quickly. Ah, bridge. I'm not going to go up there after all. I guess we'll go back eventually. There's a grave here. What is up here? Long corridor. What is that? That says something. I don't know what it says. It's a little prison here, a lot of enemies. Oh, good luck trying to fight me, you're stuck. However, I'm probably not going to open these doors. That's a glass sword. Can't grab it though. Is this open? No, it's locked. We can probably unlock with our lockpicks, but I'm not going to. Or maybe we have to. Let's try. Strange, that did not work. Thankfully, it doesn't eat into your lockpick supplies. I don't think so, at least. That did not work. One of these doors here, I guess we'll open these. We have time. It's a little bit of a drag. When enemies are near you, you slow down into a crawl. Ah, how about you, snake? Go, got a key. YOLO. You need to carry this key for me. Open that, there we go. You probably guess these keys open specific doors. One door after the other, excuse me. Alright guys, you need to get all the way down here. I want to take out these slimes. Right here. That's because, like Dupre, I think, some of these enemies attack the strongest or whatever, so they aim for them. YOLO! This one? Nope. This one. There's a headless creature in here. Now, if only these headlesses were easy like the ones in Ultima Underworld 2, of which they're not that tough in that game. But they are a bit tougher than the ones in this game. Let's close these. Just in case they respawn. Oh, geez. You see that yellow outline around the enemy? That's the curse effect. 3 gold's nothing to sneeze at. I will take that. And we can finally walk normally. We've explored most of this dungeon so far. That one clicked out of my inventory entirely. That's weird. Not that one. Alright, this one. Yep. Ah, Reaper. Let's reap this Reaper with our scythe. Which reaps? Okay, over here. Oh, we're kind of hurt. It's pretty good. Oh. What? Did we grab that key? We grabbed the key, right? That was weird. We did grab the key. Let's go in here again. Alright, I was a bit going too fast. I forgot. I was focused on killing the enemy and not grabbing the key afterwards. Nothing on him, or it, rather. Open this door. And click this thingy. I also completely forgot to mark our location on the Isle of Fire so we can recall to it, because I'm pretty sure we can't come back to it with the Moon Gate. So if we die, we're gonna wake up somewhere else. Grab this, right? I can. Awesome. Alright. Save. Hidden passageway here. Where does it lead? Who knows? What's that? Wow, okay, I'm not going to translate that. These runes. Where did that take us? Up? Back to the beginning. Oh my. May have to do a little save and reload here and just scum it a little bit. I forget where to go. Yeah, that took us back here. What the deuce? Maybe there's a secret passageway, a hidden path. Oh! Ah! Ouch! My goodness. Yana, can you heal again? Oh no, okay. Well, we got some potions. Let's be very careful, my goodness. Go. Yana, whoop, I healed up her to max, wow. And, Shamino again. That's all our healing supplies. You can wake it up now, Shamino. Come on, over here. Let's check our experience situation. There we go, 3 for Yana. Finally. 5, excuse me. Feel like there's a hidden passageway somewhere. Just hug the walls. Okay, that's there. How about this? Ah. I have a bad feeling? Oh, so do I. We're outside. Fresh air. Down here? Yes. I'm gonna save, and if I go back to the beginning accidentally, I'm not gonna walk all the way back here. Can I grab that? There's nothing in there. I don't want to walk there because I'm afraid of traps. Nothing there. Just a bunch of mushrooms. Ah. Unlocked. What's inside? Oh, those are burst arrows. I don't think we need those, by the way. I'm not going to grab those. Burst arrows, I think, cause friendly fire as well. They're not my favorite arrows anyways. We're going to get better arrows later on. Oh, golems. Unlike Adjar and Bollocks, they're not very friendly. They got nothing on them. We found a talisman. Guess what? It's fake. All that work for nothing. Darn it. Alright, so we missed out on a couple of other areas in this dungeon, but it's pretty obvious that there's probably nothing here that's truly valuable. Just some minor treasure, I guess, like a few stray pieces of gold from what I remember. So let's go back to the entrance. The Avatar has finally wisened up and that the truth is probably closer than we think. The solution to this puzzle is a little tricky. In fact, I can barely remember where... Actually, yeah. I do remember. See this hood here? You think it's just a random hood, right? Well, no. It signifies that there's a secret wall next to it, in front of it. So let's follow this path. Our characters are hungry too. You will eat later. Oh, I hear that music. I believe we found what we're looking for. That is the talisman of truth. We'll take it. And we are back. The statue says, "Thou hast mastered the test of truth, and so a boon of great intellect and magical ability will be bestowed upon thee. Use and respect thy powers well, Avatar." But now, Shamino. I'm getting a blessing here. He's like, I'm hungry. I could use a little food. Thou hast now experienced the full meaning of the principle of truth. The value of such is beyond measure. For truth shall guide thee throughout life's endeavors. Thy life's endeavors. The statue's voice takes on a warning tone. Know this truth. The psyche returns to the core. With that said, the statue becomes quiet once more. You say anything else? Salutations, Avatar. I can assist thee no more. But remember my words. The psyche returns to the core. A great evil is stirring in Britannia. I guess we'll talk to Earthian again. Earthian. Well, we got 30 intelligence and 30 magic. We are a master magician now. Pretty cool. I wonder if the Earthian has anything new to say. Did I not close this door? Guess I forgot. Greetings, what's in Ged, Ruben? The Psyche's returning to the core, by the way. Could this possibly be true? Earthian's blind eyes light up with unabashed glee. What an opportunity I have here. He once again notices your presence. Now do not let any strange ideas of destruction enter thy mind, Avatar. I shan't let thee deprive me of this chance to experience a true wonder of the world. Run along now. Is there not a right to be wronged somewhere else? I guess that wrong is here. We don't want Exodus returning back to the core. That's gonna be really bad news for Britannia. We're already dealing with a Guardian right now. And his presence in the world is more, what do you call it? Hidden in the shadows. We'll find out that in the future.